up everyone? So we're here filling up with gas right now. Price is $3.59 for premium, 91. And I wanted to update you guys on how this tank did because I promised I would, so you guys could have some real world results or some information on the supercharged truck. So here's what I ended up getting. So I got about 500 miles. The gas light came on, low fuel light came on, but I didn't run it all the way down. It still had about 80 miles left to that tank, so it probably could have got, I don't know, around 550 if you wanted to push things before it actually zeroed out. So I probably would have got 550 in and around there, but I do have the 32-gallon tank in this truck, so I do have the bigger gas tank, and that's what we ended up getting. So average miles per gallon was 20.4, and this was a very mixed drive, so it ended up being 41 miles per hour was our average mile per hour, but like I was saying, it was a lot of stop and go, a lot of traffic on the highway, a lot of city driving as well, which made up for this tank. So that's what we ended up getting, and let's discuss. One other thing worth mentioning is, like I said, I wasn't completely empty, so ended up fitting almost 27 gallons in it. Let's see how much more we can fit. I'm not gonna go crazy, but that's pretty much all she's gonna take. So about 26.5 gallons. Alright, so I think we can call it good. So that's it. So 500 miles to 26.6 gallons is what it looks like it took.
Okay, so you guys saw at the gas station kind of roughly what went on, but let's go ahead and do it manually with the calculator because Dash sometimes is known to lie. So if we go ahead and take our calculator and we do the 493 miles that we traveled and we divide that by roughly the amount of fuel that we put in, which was the 26.6 gallons, we go ahead and get about 18.5 miles per gallon. So 18.5 miles per gallon, not too bad. Keep in mind that you know, truck is supercharged. We're running 91 octane, so that does factor into things. The gas is more expensive being the 91 over the 87. And I feel like you guys saw before, so this truck without the supercharger and just a canned tune before, we were getting almost 27 miles per gallon on one run, which is pretty crazy. So I know this was on that like 27 miles per gallon, we were strictly highway the entire time and not getting on it whatsoever. But this tank was a lot of stop and go, a lot of traffic, a lot of city. So I feel like, you know, almost 19 miles per gallon isn't too bad considering that it was a lot of stop and go for pretty much the majority of the whole tank. And we never really maintained a constant speed. Like, it wasn't just a complete highway trip, which I think it would do a lot better on. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is that a satisfactory miles per gallon for a supercharged 5.7 liter Hemi? Would you guys be happy with that? I'm not mad at it. Obviously doing all these mods, we're not really trying to, at this point in time with the supercharger, we're not really going to be getting good miles per gallon, or at least we would think, because the supercharger is essentially a big pump, and having to turn that extra pump now is putting added stress on the engine. So it's almost like it's running something. It's running you know, compressor, an air compressor essentially off of the drive belt system. So that's going to create more load on the engine. And like I said, stop and go is definitely affecting it. The 17-inch wheels were helping it. I will say that the factory 17-inch wheels with those Goodyear Wranglers on it, because we didn't have the 24s on for that run. Other things, MDS is turned off, so remember that MDS is turned off, so it's not shutting down into 4 cylinders either. What else? The truck does have the 392s, so it has a towing package with 392s, so I guess technically, supposedly, a worse rear end gear ratio for miles per gallon. And that's about it. 8-speed, 5.7 liter, Pro charged, custom tunes, running HP tuners. But again, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to go into more detail or do more miles per gallon tests, like, it's kind of really off topic, to be honest. Like, I don't think most people at this stage with doing that much performance stuff would care about miles per gallon, but hey, it is interesting to talk about, and I think it's worth mentioning, just so if you guys end up going down this avenue of supercharging your truck, you guys know what to expect. So you can, just for your own information, you can run lower octane fuel if you were trying to go on like a big trip. Just be aware that with a supercharger, you could essentially run lower octane fuel like an 87 tune, but you can't step on it, you can't get into boost, and there's not really much to stop you from doing it. So if you were to put 87 in there and you were, you know, beating the crap out of it, it might end up grenading, because 87, the lower octane fuel and having all that boost in there, even if you change the tune, it's a mechanical pump, the compressor, the supercharger, so it's going to try to force that, you know, 6 to 8 pounds of pressure into the engine regardless of what tune you load up. So something to consider if you were to go supercharger and you wanted to maybe take a trip for a long haul. You can do it. You can put 87 or even 89 in there, change the tune to factor in for it, and you could run that cheaper fuel, but you do run the risk if you punched it or you blended it out while you had that tune in there and lower octane, that if somebody started dogging on it, it could potentially do some damage if they got it hot enough and whatnot. So keep that in mind. Anyways guys, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.